So where do you go from here? Throughout life, obstacles are going to be put in your way to see if you really want something, or to see how hard you're willing to work for it, or maybe to see if this might not be something that you want. No matter which way you go, your journey starts today. And here are some of the lessons I've learned on my journey. For all of us, life changes. The road we travel changes. We change jobs, we change friends. And as we all know, the economy changes. But as far as your growth and how you handle these changes, realize you have options. We have a choice in how we live our lives. And the choices that we make define us. Choose wisely. Your past life events creates a bank of experience from which you draw from. Whenever you make decisions, good or bad, but you do have a choice. Do you want to live life in the past, or do you want to create a bright future? History will repeat itself unless you have learned from it. The more the past you carry around leaves less room for the present. Picture yourself trying to pour water into a full cup. There is no room. You have to clear it out first. Your destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. And believe it or not, in life, you have a choice on everything. There are so many choices that if we made a list, it would be endless. Cable or satellite, Coke or Pepsi, and of course PC or Mac. And on the list goes. As a matter of fact, I was even talking to someone the other day, and I told him he had a choice of whether he goes to work tomorrow or not. He said, "Oh no, I have to go to work tomorrow." No, believe it or not, this is a choice. No one is going to force you to go to work. No one is going to make you drive your car down the highway. Even a bad choice is still a choice. For many of us, always being the victim is cultivated in our society or even in our family of origin. Sometimes we just don't know any better. You wake up every single day and you have a choice on how to live, as a victim or as a winner. When you choose to be a winner, it'll result in having a much more positive impact on how people view you and the way you live your life. Here's a suggestion on changing the quality of your life. Befriend individuals who have a positive outlook on life. You do have choices, remember, on who your friends are. These individuals, they shine with an inner light. And by observing and listening to them, you will learn much. These individuals have a peace about themselves, regardless of what's going on in the world. They will pull you up and not hold you down. Avoid those who steal your dreams. Those who tell you that you cannot achieve your dreams and goals, these individuals are toxic. Start believing in yourself, and your world will change for the better. And it can change faster than you ever dreamed possible. Decide what you want and go for it. Also, watch the words that we use. If you ever say, "Why does this always happen to me? I always have bad luck. I can't. I should," then whether the story is true or not, you are creating your future. Instead, talk about what you really want to happen. Louise Hay says, "Your thoughts paint your future." I believe our actions cement it. Every day, think of the future you want. Believe that if you change your attitude, it'll change your world. Your attitude is best described as your window to the world that only you can affect. Your life is the sum result of all the choices you've made, both consciously and unconsciously, and both good and bad. The next lesson I learned on my journey is how to deal with fear. Confronting your fears is a very necessary step to succeeding. Fear means fantasized experiences appearing real. The unknown is uncomfortable to everyone. One way to help you overcome your fears is to expand your comfort zone. When walking into a classroom for the first time, the hardest step is the first step and then deciding, where do I sit? But after that day, it's so easy. This is how it works with many of our fears. How many people do you know who are afraid to fly because they're worried about the plane crashing? They would rather drive anywhere except the airport. But have any of these individuals ever been in a plane crash? How many people, or I should say many people, enjoy going to the Sears Tower in Chicago? The observation deck is over 100 stories high. But for some, there's a problem. It's not that easy because they're scared of heights. Are you or somebody you know scared of heights? How many times have you fallen off a high building or a mountain? And of course, the greatest fear is giving a talk in front of a large audience. Public speaking is a very common phobia. Many of us have. Some are worried about looking like a fool, forgetting the words, or just embarrassing themselves. The question here to ask yourself, if you have had a negative experience previously, does that mean it's going to happen again? Fear makes us focus on the future when we need to focus on today. Mark Twain said, courage is the mastery of fear, not the absence of fear. Regardless of what fears you have, here are two questions for you to consider. What would happen to you if you did the thing that you're afraid of? And what would happen if you succeeded? The three examples I gave have a consistent theme. Everything they are afraid of has either never happened to them, or they're treating it as if it will happen again. Their fears are real, but maybe the source isn't. Once again, fear stands for fantasized experiences appearing real. What we recommend is to feel the fear, but do the activity anyways. Just sitting around and worrying about it doesn't cut it. Worrying is like sitting in a rocking chair. It'll give you something to do, but it won't get you anywhere. So what journey did I take to be able to stand in front of you today? The lesson on changes, choices, and fears were many. I was not known as a very studious person growing up, which resulted in me receiving my bachelor's degree at the age of 30. I went from not being a very good student to becoming a teacher, and I taught in middle school and high school. And now, I teach parents on how to remove the yelling from your home and enjoy their children. Yeah, it is possible, by the way. The simple message is we can't take everything so serious. We can't control everything. And we do have choices. I also teach parents and educators on the topic of stopping school violence and bullying. I'm now one of the top experts on school violence and bullying internationally. I'm currently working on writing my 6th and 7th books. Like me, you do have a choice where you go from here. I've made better choices later in life than earlier. Unlike me, you don't have to wait. Life is short. Make your choices count. Thank you.